Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to the very first episode of Farming Valley. So, I was kind of wanting to do a mod pack that's kind of like laid back, and not as automation focused, more like laid back, let's build, let's farm, let's do all that stuff. And Farming Valley, of course, it's based off of like Harvest Moon and Stardew Valley. The music actually playing right now on the menu is from Stardew Valley, both excellent games. Of course, Harvest Moon is like a long-running series. I've been playing it since I was a kid, and I love those sort of games. I absolutely love them. And Farming Valley kind of stays true to that, where you have the town and you interact with the townsfolk and you go mining, and the mining in this pack is totally different than your standard Minecraft mining. Farming is even different, and you kind of have like a little quest line to go along with it. But I figure we'll do this series and we'll go for like a real farm look, with the big windmills and things like that. I think it'll be a lot of fun and something different, where instead of going for all the automation and stuff, it's more close to a vanilla experience with additions, So you have all the fun stuff of modded without the drag of automation and stuff. We've done automation in so many series, so personally I'm really excited for this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's make a world here. Let's call it To Asgard LP. Survival. Biomes aplenty. We're going to call the seed. We'll just do To Asgard. Yes, everything else sounds good. Let's go ahead and create our world. And we'll jump into it. And, when you start out, you actually have to, do a little bit of stuff, and then you can actually start building your town, and you have to sell your crops. That's how you unlock additional mods. It does have botania, it does have forestry. I do plan on doing quite a bit with bees in this pack as well. There was interest in bees in other packs and stuff. Aha. I actually did pop into this. That's why I went with To Asgard instead of To Asgard LP. To Asgard LP actually started me in the middle of an ocean, and I wasn't terribly excited about that. So in this world, we started kind of near a village. I'm going to go ahead and set the difficulty up to hard and lock it in. Now that's going to affect our hearts. You'll notice that my maximum health right now is 3, which is not good, but that's okay. Now there is a spice of life type thing. You can see diminishing returns start after eating any food 32 more times. I love the music in this pack. It's very farm-tastic. But anyways, we're going to start heading down. Oh, poison ivy. That's terrible when I have so little health. Anyways, we're going to start heading down to the south. Now, we do have a couple books here. We have an achievement book. We'll look at that a little bit later on. And we also have this guide on how to summon the Harvest Goddess. Now, that's something that we need to be doing. It says, this book will show you how to summon the Harvest Goddess. This pack is balanced around a harvest festival. In this pack, your goal is to build up a town, harvest crops, and sell them at your town to get coins. These coins can be used to buy items, parts for other mods in the pack. This way is the only way to get those items if you want to play around with those mods. To begin, you need to summon the Harvest Goddess. To do this, we need to find 3 vanilla flowers, 1 flower pot, a stick, and a bucket of water. Okay. So 3 vanilla flowers, a flower pot, a stick, and a bucket. Okay. Now, bucket in this pack, is it pretty standard? It is. It's 3 iron. Okay, so we are probably going to have to do some standard vanilla mining, but there is actually a vanilla mining dimension, which we'll get into a little bit later on. And you'll notice that we do have thirst in this pack. That is a thing that we're going to have to be aware of. Oh, there's actually a mine right here. Let's see if we can just pop down here. Oh, there's iron all over the place. Enchanted book with magnet, iron pickaxe. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect, because I can get this iron then. And we got a enchanted book with projectile protection 1. Can't be planted, buy the seeds from the shop instead. Yeah. Any kind of seeds, they're kind of useless to us at the moment. And that's because this pack uses its own... I'm going to steal this too, because I'm going to need a flower pot. We will do some vanilla mining, but it's very... my goal is to get into the mining dimension as soon as we can. So, I can't believe we've only got 3 hearts. Like, I've played around with this pack a little bit, you know, but I didn't think about changing the difficulty. But since we're hopping in here on a series, of course, I'm going to set it to hard and lock it. Now, we can eventually get additional hearts. We can buy them at the church, I believe it is. But that's going to be a little bit in before we can have more than 3 hearts. So, initially, our lives are going to be kind of tough. I will say that finding this iron pick is very handy. I mean, it saves us from that initial break wood type grind. I'm just kind of getting some of this coal, and I'm going to need... Yeah, I'm going to need more cobblestone as well. But the majority of the mods in this pack, you can't just craft things. Like, for example, if you look at the Petal Apothecary, you can see that this item can be bought at Caitlin in the cafe. We cannot craft it. And that's true for a lot of things in this mod pack. It's designed to where you have to do the farming stuff. And I think farming is going to be interesting in this pack, honestly. I know some people are turned off by farming. And honestly, in a standard modded Minecraft type setting, I'm not crazy about farming. I'm not like, oh man, let's go farming. But I think in this pack it's going to be a bit different, you know. Because it's more like the focal point of the pack. And there's lots of mods that make it a little bit more interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and get ourselves a crafting table. There's no crafting station. That's fine. Let me get just a little bit more wood here, because I would like to make an axe. I'm also going to want a furnace. I'll tell you what, I'm actually just going to go straight for an iron axe, I think. Oh, we do have to worry about dehydration and stuff. I don't know where that leather came from. I'm assuming a horse got killed, but that's fine. Okay, and let me take a look. The flower pots is just 3 bricks. Okay. And I'm just going to cut down some wood while I wait. I love this rounded wood. I love it so much. Okay, so there's our bucket. And we've got that. We've got some wood. Let's see, what kind of backpack? I don't think, actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I can craft any of these. Yeah, I can. They take wool, though, and stuff. And we've got a chisel bit bag. We've got cabbage seed bag. Okay. Well, anyways, so we've got a bucket. And I'm also going to want to smelt up just a little bit of this clay. There we go. And luckily, they do start us out with a bed, so we do have access to that. Oh, man, food's going to be a thing. Like, pretty quickly, because we're not going to be able to just eat the same foods. Diminishing returns start after eating any food 20 more times. Okay. And I believe that's like a grace period, so I've got a little while before the diminishing returns actually start to kick in. Okay, so we've got our flower pot now. 3 vanilla flowers, check. Flower pot, check. Stick, check. Bucket of water, check. Make 2 holes like that. So let's go ahead and we'll do this. We'll go ahead and get the Harvest Goddess summoned, which is going to kind of start us on our like little quest line that we're doing. Now fill them both with water. So let me get that. This is actually a pack I've been wanting to play for a while. So 2 flowers. And we are going to be using allium. Like that. Then place down the flower pot. Put a vanilla flower in the flower pots. Like so. Now keep right-clicking the flower pot with a stick. Now you should get a new flower, and then take the new flower and drop it into the water. Okay. There we go. Goddess's bounty. And if we take that, we throw it into there. There she is. There's our harvest goddess. And we can talk to her. Hello, my dear. I'm not sure if I recognize you. Have we met? Is this your first time playing? We're going to say, yes, it is. Well, then, nice to meet you. I am the Harvest Goddess. Goddess. I keep saying goddess. I'd like to tell you a little story. A long time ago, this land we live in was filled with a bustling village. The people there were removed from their homes by a crazy storm and forced out of their homes. Now, I hear that they want to return back home where they belong, but they need your help. Oh, and just to let you know, I will poof after a while. You can always respawn me with the goddess flower. I'll leave you one every time I leave. I think that's all I have to tell you for now. See you later. Okay, so she gives us back the goddess flower. Actually, 4 of them. Interesting. And she is going to despawn. Okay, here we go. If we talk to her again, she says, "Why, hello, my sweet. It's nice to see you again. I've had a little thought about how we can get the town started. I've heard rumors that a fella named Ulif is an excellent carpenter. He and his sister have been looking to take on a project, and this could just be the right thing for them. Jade would be a perfect fit, too, as she loves nature and would be a great asset for getting started. I think we just need something to entice them. Perhaps if you can fetch me 24 logs, then I might have something for you that just might work." Okay, so we have to go get 24 logs for her. I guess I'm just going to go with birch. There's a lot of birch around here. And I do have an idea of where we're going to set up like a little bit more of a permanent... Oh, man, poison. I guess it's not a big deal because poison's not going to kill me. Now, there is mobs that will spawn in the world and all that good stuff. That is something that we're going to have to be aware of. But there's nothing really that comes to mind that adds like a bunch of crazy mobs or anything. This pack's more just about the experience and not so much about combat and whatnot, so it'll be fun. Okay, I got a little bit of extra logs because I want to have some to spare. Let me go ahead and drink this water, and we'll go ahead and refill it. And we get dirty water bottles. Ick. But the thing is, it basically just gives you thirst. That's fine, because, you know, we're thirsty as he is. Alright, let's summon her back. Oh, hello again. If you've forgotten, we're looking to bring our first villagers to town. I just need 24 logs to help you get started. Oh yeah, we have to hold the items that they're wanting and then talk to them. Perfect, just what we need. Thanks a bunch. I've got the perfect thing for you right here. This is a structure blueprint. You can use them to select the area you want a building to be built. You'll see a ghost image of a building when you have it selected. Once you've found the spot, simply right-click. If Ulif hasn't moved in yet, he'll appear and get started working on the building right away. You'll just have to wait a little while for him to be done. Take note, you can queue up blueprints, but only one can be built at a time. Oh, and don't worry if he dies from some tragic accident. He should respawn when the day passes over and get back to work immediately. I think that's all I have to say, so I'll leave you to get the carpenter house built. Oh, one more thing before I forget. Once he's done building, Jade should move in. She normally hangs out upstairs. I'd suggest that you go and take her a flower. As she has seeds, she'll be happy to trade for them. Okay, so we've got a blueprint here for the carpenter. That is what we were wanting. So let me go ahead and grab up all of our stuff. And I guess I'll take the crafting table. That's fine. And we're going to head to a more permanent place to call home. Now, you'll also notice that there's a season up there. It's Spring 1. This follows, you know, the Harvest Moon and the Stardew Valley system of having seasons and having days and years that pass. So right now we're on year 1. And as the season progresses, we're going to be able to plant different crops in different seasons. And also the weather's going to change, you know, like winter, it's going to be snowing and stuff like that. It's rather exciting. But anyways, we are headed down to the south. You know, I kind of looked around now up where we were, off in that direction. There's like a mesa. There's also a desert nearby. There's a lot of kind of like nifty little things like that around this area. It was really a rather nice spawn, I feel like. So I was like, yeah, we're going to go with this. And there was a village near where we started. Now, that can be exploited for wheat because there's a windmill in it. I'm probably going to avoid that. I'm going to try to roleplay a bit more within this series, actually build a farm. Because I feel like if we just go in and start stealing people's stuff, it's not very accurate, you know, to what I would be doing in this type of situation. There's a beetroot, but you'll notice whenever I break it, I don't get a seed. If I go to the vanilla farms and start breaking crops, I'm not going to get anything from those because all of that... Oh, wow. I'm going to go ahead and mark this on the map because it could come in handy to know where that big clay deposit is. So, alright, but we are headed over across these like gravel beaches, and I guess I'm going to go ahead and sleep before we cross this water. Oh, there's actually elder guardians in the water right there. Oh, that's not good. Okay, I'm going to take the long way around. Because basically I just want to get across these gravel beaches. Oh, Blackberry Bush. I'm going to snag that. because we are definitely going to want those berry bushes. I would like to get... Oh, you know what? I want these flowers. I can do without the bird's nests. I can do without the cobblestone. I'd rather have these 2 high flowers, because then all we're going to be missing is sunflowers as far as those go. I always like to, if I can find those 2 tall flowers like early in, I always like to grab them, because, you know, that way we've got all the red dye that we need. Just bone mill it and we're set. So, and one thing to note is, like, bone milling crops doesn't work in this pack. You can't just bone mill crops to grow them. So as far as, like, whenever we get bones, we're not going to be, like, spending those on bone meal. I wonder if I could make it. There's a mob. Oh, I'm going to go around a little ways, I think, because there's kind of like a little landmass here. But I figured I normally don't explore the world before I jump into it, but the thing is, I figured, well, I'm going to in this series. Oh, did I drop my bottle? Yes. But that's due to the fact that, you know, this series is going to be very, very, very build focused. And I don't even know that I know that you can eventually get some flight in the form of vehicles. But as far as getting like jetpacks and stuff like that, that music actually startled me when it kicked in. Because we're kind of like off on a journey right now. Ooh, blackberry. I've got blackberry. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and snag these. Okay. I may have to eat these golden apples to stay alive. That's fine. You know, if I need to. We're actually just about to where we're headed, which is this little area right in here. And it's actually a fairly large area. Relatively flat. We have some nice hills. You know, I'm going to want to do, because we do have immersive engineering. So once we get to the point that we can do windmills and stuff, I want a lot of windmills around our base, because, you know, it's just, it fits so perfectly. Like, this is the perfect pack to have immersive engineering in it, you know. And this is like the perfect music to be playing when we finally reach our new home. Ooh, what is this? What is this cavern? Oh, wow. Okay. But anyways, we don't want to live underground. This isn't really a pack that I feel like you would want to live underground. You know, you're going to be above ground. You're going to be farming. You're going to be interacting with the villagers. You don't want to be a hermit underground. It just doesn't work out. So, let's go over here. And we're going to start setting up our town, which is going to be exciting. Ooh, quicksand. I hate that stuff. I got to remember we're playing Biomes of Plenty, so, like, there's some nasty things in the world. We'll get that stuff cleaned up, though, fairly quickly. Okay, so right in here, this is kind of where I'm thinking we're going to start out at. And I'm thinking we're going to have our carpenter. We're going to set him up. He's got this nifty little building here. And we can right click, and then it's going to put down the ghost image, and we can kind of like see how it, you know, fits into the world and all of that. And I'm thinking, like, down in here, we're going to have a lot of our town. Yeah, I think so. So, we're going to go ahead and just say that that's where we want it. So, I think I like it here. Oh, I canceled it. We have to sneak right-click to confirm it. So, anyways, we're going to give him a minute. He's going to come and he's going to build this building for us. And while he's doing that, we are going to start setting up our house, I think. And I'm hoping he doesn't take too long to do this, because I'm going to need food. Like, bad. I do have some animals around here that I can hunt, though. But one thing to note is cows, chickens, and sheep will not spawn in the world. Pigs will. So what we're probably going to do is domesticate some pigs early on. But most of your animals you're going to have to buy from an animal vendor. Okay, I think diminishing... Yeah, there we go. Diminishing returns have officially started. So we have eaten 8 times out of the last 10 foods. These restore 0 hunger at the moment. So I think for our house, where should we set this thing up at? Oh, I wish I had gotten some spruce wood, because I would like to build it out of spruce, but I don't think that's going to be an option at the moment. So I think we are going to go with maybe jungle instead. Or oak. I think we'll go with oak, actually. So I think our house, we're going to set this up. Yeah, I think if useless is over there, we're going to set up our house like right in here for now. Now this may end up eventually moving. But honestly, I think this will be a good spot. I don't even need those seeds because they can't be planted. So, but yeah, we'll set it up right in here. Let's go ahead and lay out some of our foundation. Figure out. I think I'm going to start with a one room for right now, and then we'll expand a little bit later. So I think I'm going to come out like 5 in between that. And I'm going to go ahead and clean up these shrubbery bushes. I'm hoping that, like, Yusuf hasn't spawned. I haven't noticed him. So I'm hoping that once the day passes, he'll show up and actually come do his work. Fingers crossed. But I am going to plant these oak saplings down, because we are going to need a bunch more wood for this. And what I'm probably going to do is just do a time-lapse build. I think right here, because in this series, I think we're going to be doing a lot of time-lapse building on camera. So, just a heads up. But the sun is setting on me, so I'm going to sleep in my new little house here. Oh, one thing to note about this pack is you can actually sleep any time of the day. Like, middle of the day, you can throw down a bed and go to sleep. So, that is an option. I don't know if Yusuf is going to build. Okay, let's try this one more time. There we go. And then sneak right click and he's going to start building it. Okay, so he's building our building for us now. And that is Yusuf the Carpenter. So he is doing some work. And I think we can come up here. Yeah, do not fret, I'm currently working on building the structure for the Carpenter. Okay, so he's working. I had to relog. That's fine. And then I just gave her 15 more logs, acacia logs for that. So, alright, so yeah, I'm going to start with like a small little thing like here, and we're just going to add on rooms to this as we go. Because I kind of want like a rustic little home here and do like some stairs and stuff like that. So, anyways, let's go ahead and I'm not going to do anything crazy fancy this episode, I think. Of course, resources are tight, and yeah, mainly resources are tight. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get this thing built out here. Okay, I'm sure you saw in the video when I fell off and died. But anyways, this is a fairly decent start. This has to be adjusted a little bit. There we go. Granted, I would like to have the lofts be a different block other than just oak planks, but I mean this is a day one house, so I think it'll be okay for the time being, and then we'll update it a bit later on and make ourselves a little bit better house. But for the time being, this will be fine. Okay. So anyways, let me get some torches. In fact, oh, does F7 not work? Ah, it doesn't work. Interesting. Alright, we'll just kind of light this up a little bit. And I'm thinking what I'll probably do is add like maybe a little shelving up here for the time being until we upgrade houses. Maybe not right there. Maybe drop it down like right there. I would like to have maybe a different block, but what we'll do is probably add like little shelving up there and put chests up there, you know, for early game. And then we'll make adjustments to this house as we go, and kind of clean things up and make some adjustments. We also got all these birds' nests. Let's go ahead and open these things. And I imagine we'll probably get a few decently good things. We're getting some paper, some gold, some feathers, some string. Of course, bird nests are super useful at the beginning. But anyways, let's go ahead and dump all this stuff out into here. But let's go talk to Uselif and his daughter. So I'm going to take some alliums, and I wonder if she'll take like rose bushes, because that would be great if she did. Because we're getting bones from those birds' nests. We can stock up on those, use those to make more flowers. And, of course, if not, we can always bone meal grass. Alright, Ulif's Carpentry open 9 to 17:30, Sunday through Friday. I'm tired of wandering around. I'm dying right now. Oh, whoops. Have you seen Jim? Isn't he just... Okay, shop opens when... Yeah, we looked outside there, and we can give him our item that we're holding. Alright, but we want to go upstairs and talk to his daughter. So let's go up here. And there's actually some stuff here we could take. I'm not going to. I actually don't like to do that. Nice to meet you. I'm Jade. I'm kinda looking for a flower right now. Alright. Hey, looks like you have a flower for me. The goddess told me all about you. I can't wait to see the town grow. I think the goddess wants to thank you for helping us out, so you should go see her. But afterwards, please do come back and visit me, as I have something I'd love to show you. Okay. So we need to go get the... Get out of my way. We need to go talk to the harvest goddess again. And I know we're getting fairly close to wrapping up point for our first day, or our first episode, but I think we got just a little bit of time. Just a little bit of time here to see what the harvest goddess wants. Well done, dear. This town will be built in no time with you at the helm. Getting things done will probably cost you some money, though, so I'm happy to give you a starting gift of 1,000 gold. I hope you spend it wisely. Anyway, you should be off to see Jade again now. Thanks for the help. Alright. And you can see up at the top right, we have 1,000 gold. So, she will despawn in a little bit. And we'll come back and grab that flower that she leaves behind. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. I think we're doing okay on food right now. I'm kind of bouncing between berries, golden apples, and apples. I'd like to get off the golden apples, though, as soon as possible. Hey, as promised, I have something to tell you about. Crop farming. Has anyone ever taught you before? Do you know how to farm crops? We're going to say, how do I farm crops? Well, then let me teach you. The very basics of crop farming is that you need to till some ground. Once done, simply plant some seeds in this spot. Keep in mind that seeds plant in a 3x3 area. You'll need to make sure that those seeds are watered every day or they will not grow, as well as making sure you have the correct crops for that season. In order to use your hoe, you simply have to right-click it to till the dirt into farmland. Before you can use the watering can, however, you will need to fill it with water. Take these and come back to me when you've grown yourself 9 hardy turnips. Oh, one final tip. If you want to speed up crop growth, you can sleep. Crops will grow every day, so this is the quickest way to get them to grow. Okay, so she gave us a watering can, and you can see it's got a fill level there. And she also gave us 3 hardy turnip seeds and a hoe. Alright, let's head on down. And in this pack, of course, you don't have to plant your crops right in water to grow them. So we're just going to go ahead and hoe this ground. And let me go ahead and just grab some of that. And we'll go ahead and water this really quick. And let's go ahead and plant down our hardy turnip seeds. So we got our first crops planted. And let me make... let me see about making maybe like a little fence to put around this. Okay, I can actually turn these steps back. I did just notice that Googly Eyes was in the pack. Somehow I missed that, and I will be removing that. Do not fear. I'm not a fan of Googly Eyes. I don't know why it's showing up in like every pack these days, because it makes no sense to me. I'll tell you what, I'm going to have the gate setting right here. Okay, there we go. And so basically I just need to water my crops every day. Keep an eye on them. And I think whenever it rains, though, they should be watered for the day. And I will need to get the rest of these hardy turnips planted, but we'll do that maybe next episode. I might do it between episodes because it's basically just planting another garden, another couple gardens. So I might expand them out in this direction or something. I don't know. But I will say I'm not going to do as much between episodes in this series because this is going to be more of like an on-camera medium rock. Okay. Okay, he's open right now. What do you want to do? We want to shop. So he can make an animal ranch, but you can see it takes 6,000 gold and 100 logs. Okay, poultry farm, 100 logs, 4,000 gold. We got 192 for the general store. There's a shipment box, which I would like to get that fairly soon. We can also buy oak wood, stone, beds, lamps, typesetting tables, printing presses, framing saws. You can see that all this stuff can be purchased from him, like clipboards. Now, some of the stuff, of course, is obtainable outside of the shop, but I think for the most part, I don't know about, like, is clipboard only from... Yeah. Okay, so large chunks of each mod are only obtainable through these guys. Anyways, I'm going to return back to our little shanty house here. And I'm going to end out this episode here. Because I know it's wrapping up point. So, like I said, we will clean this house up. I mean, it's kind of ugly right now, but that's okay. We'll add on to it. We're going to add like a front porch, and we're going to add an actual entrance that makes sense, and expand it and do stuff with it and all of that. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope you guys are looking forward to the series and you know what's to come with this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a very different pack. Oh my gosh, these googly eyes have to go. I hate these things. But it will be kind of a different style of pack. And like I said, it'll be more build focused and more, you know, kind of on screen, working through this and exploring kind of the alternate progression system and stuff that's brought on with this pack. So, but anyways, if you guys enjoyed it, be sure and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay up to date with when new videos come out. I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys next time.